Hey guys, Tyler here, and this is the Garage Warrior podcast and video cast, and I'm super excited today to have on the show the certified health nut, Troy Casey. How's it going, man?
Yeah, man, it's great to be here. Great to be alive on planet Earth in 2013.
Isn't it great that we live in this day and age?
It's awesome, and I got to tell you, at the same time, it's pretty intense. I've dealt with quite a few curveballs this past year, and
Yeah,
it's only helped me grow as a human. It's been a little tough, but I feel that I'm getting stronger, and I'm going to be a lot more clear when I come out of the box.
absolutely, man. One of my favorite quotes is, "Our character is forged in the fires of our adversities." And when you go through hard times, you can either let it bring you down or you can let it teach you a lesson and bring you back up. And then, fortunately, you can hand that off to more people as well. So, whatever you've been going through, I'm sure that you've been learning from it so you can help other people as well, right?
Absolutely. I was talking to Sean Croxton a couple of weeks ago, and I shared some stuff with him, and he goes, that's going to be your gold mine, as you start vlogging more and building up Certified Health Nut, sharing your experience, because a lot of people are going through the same stuff.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, I'd love to dig into that in a second, but for people who don't know who the Certified Health Nut is, Troy, can you give us like a 50,000 mile view? Who are you? How did you get to where you're at? And what are you hoping to teach the world, man?
Wow. So my mission statement for the Certified Health Nut is inspiring personal and planetary health, healing, and harmony. And so I started studying holistic health, nutrition, internal purification, herbs, fasting when I was a model in Milan in 1989. And so I had a career, and my career was doing well, and I wanted to keep looking and feeling my best in front of the camera. And so I studied whatever I could get my hands on, and one thing led to the next. I had a bout of veganism because I got, this whole notion that the standard American diet is poison, which is, kind of true, and people
Right.
get sick from it. The gluten, I realized that a lot of my health journey revolved around gluten and what it was doing to my gut.
Sure.
And so, but it took me a long time to realize that. In the meantime, I was experimenting with, how to make myself feel better and no inflammation. Because when inflammation shows up in your body and you're a model in front of the camera, people notice that, and it's a big deal. And so I started studying whatever I could get my hands on. The vegan paradigm is sold as utopia. Standard American diet makes you sick. I was on Pop-Tarts and Captain Crunch and all the other typical American stuff. And of course, I was having issues. And so I was living in Italy at the time, and they had farmers markets. So I got used to shopping at farmers markets, farmer direct food. And then when I moved back to the States, I started doing more juicing and fasting, and really delved into that side of cleansing and internal purification. One thing I noticed with fasting is all the inflammation goes out of the body almost immediately.
Sure.
And now, 22 years later, intermittent fasting is a big part of my lifestyle. And of course, whenever I can do a liver flush, once or twice a year, I do it happily, because I know the results that I've gotten from it in the past, and it's showing up in my biology and physiology, 22 years later. So then I had a pretty successful run when I was modeling, and I lived the rock star life at a
Right.
rock star phase, and I had a backstage pass everywhere, and it was great. All the drugs and alcohol that you could actually throw down your neck, and I really enjoyed that time of my life, but it was unsustainable. And it created a lot of imbalance in my life. I was
Sure.
living in Miami. This is before Miami blew up. So I watched the whole Miami scene kind of crystallize, and it was a great time, and I enjoyed it a lot. However, again, it wasn't sustainable, and eventually my brother had problems with drugs and alcohol, and he told me that it's a good idea to deal with the mental and emotional aspects of what you're running away from or what you're trying to self-sabotage in the first place. And so when I decided to clean up my life, I got into meditation, and somebody turned me on to a very holistic program called Vipassana, and they teach you how to meditate. You basically go away into a camp for 10 days, and it's all very comprehensive. There's no dogma taught there. It's really just basically 10 hours of sitting with yourself in silence, and there's no talking to anyone else. And I did 9 of those courses and served a couple. So I spent a lot of time meditating, and it changed my life on many different levels. From there, I was living in LA. I call LA the City of Angels. Although it has a dark side, you know, the light is there. And I met a lot of really cool people into the healing arts and health and healing in general. And it was at the time when I was healing my own life. And so somebody turned me on to these indigenous Maori healers, and I've been working with them for about 13 years. And I saw many miracles working with them. Everything from exorcisms to having my own personal awakening and just awesome experiences myself, working with them and being worked on. And just to show a more physical component of what I'm talking about, miracles and amazing stuff, they have a specialty in birthing and fertility. And as you know, there are fertility issues on this planet right now, a lot of them. And a lot of people, especially in affluent communities, they want to have children, and they spend a lot of money on drugs and fertility doctors. Sure. This is why you're seeing a lot of the fraternal twins pop up. Those are from fertility drugs. Right. And so there was some people that hosted the Maori up there, or they were actually looking to get pregnant, and I think they spent hundreds of thousands of dollars on drugs and fertility doctors to no avail. I think they spent about 8 years, and they started working with the Maori, and within a very short amount of time, they conceived, and then a couple of years later, they had another child. So the living miracles are up there, and these people have been hosting them in California every time that they come out for the past 13 years. Wow. And so that spawned a whole awakening in indigenous wisdom, respect and reverence for the earth. The indigenous wisdom is a through line. If you're not doing something for the benefit of your grandchildren's grandchildren or 7 generations, that's a concept that's in the commercial template right now. So 7 generations, if you're not doing something for the future of the species, then you're basically wasting other people's oxygen. And it really boils down to respect and reverence for the earth, respect and reverence for life itself, having respect for your own life, understanding that death is a part of life. These types of notions. From there, I started working with the Amazon Herb Company, and I started going down to the Amazon and drinking ayahuasca with the shamans down there. I had more epiphanies, visions, awakenings. The Certified Health Nut was one of the visions I had down there, as well as my daughter, and I wasn't married at the time. And these visions continue to expand to this day. And then I was very enamored with the ayahuasca shaman. I worked with a couple specifically, and then YouTube became a reality, and I started sharing this information on YouTube. And that's how I met Sean Croxton, Paul Chek. There was only a handful of YouTube health vloggers at the time, and so it was easy to see who was who and find out who you resonated with. And right. I connected with Paul on many levels, but it wasn't until 3 years later that I actually reached out to him. My friend was doing a movie called The Cure Is You, and I said, hey, you need to put Paul Chek in that movie, and he did. We went down and filmed some pickups, and then I interviewed him, and then I put that up on my YouTube. Paul loved my work that I was doing, and we've become friends ever since. Same type of thing with Sean, reached out to Sean, and And so, my mission is really just sharing my own healing journey, inspiring people to live an inspired life, a healthy life, because I believe that our individuality, the human being structure that we've been gifted with, this is the only real estate that we have any control over. And so when we all take care of our own real estate, then that can contribute to the well-being of the earth. And so that's kind of it in a nutshell.
It's quite a nutshell there, my man. It's the certified health nutshell. Hey, so I want to start with something real superficial, but you said a lot of gems there. You mentioned modeling in the 1980s. So Troy, I hope I don't overstep my bounds here, but how old are you right now, man?